Today I would like to talk about partition of India. Why must we talk about partition of India which happened 70 years ago? Today we are in 2020 and our population 65% of our population is below 35. That means 65% of people in India born after 85. They have no clue of what happened in 1947 to their grandparents. So I would call it as an insulated uh, generation because the generation that is their parents were the buffer between their grandparents and them. So for them, it was not even a story. They never saw the suffering of their grandparents as to what happened to them. Partition of India happened on because of religion. The Muslims wanted a separate state, a separate place. They said our culture is different, our religion is different. They wanted to make an Islamic state. So, checking on the demography, that is on the Muslim population, there was East and West Pakistan. East was the Bengal and West was the Punjab side. Do you know that this decision of partitioning the country into two parts was taken on the 3rd of June 1947 and 15th of August was the date of independence. So that means people had only just about 2.5 months, not even 2.5 months, to decide which way to go. So Muslims ran away from India to the other side, to the so-called nation being becoming to become Pakistan. And Hindus and all others like Sardars, Sikhs, Christians majorly took a call to come to India, which was to be, both the nations were just being formed. The nations did not even exist that time, and governments were trying to find their feet. Just imagine that you are sitting in a house and you are told that within a couple of weeks you are supposed to go with whatever you have and escape. And the riots started, triggered on both sides. And this was the worst migration of the world, where 10 to 12 million people crossed borders both sides. And the estimate is that approximately 1.5 to 2 million people were also killed. The trains were butchered, train loads of people were butchered, and they say that people went mad, they went crazy, and it was basically the religious divide that even exists today, and that kind of hatred between the two nations started from that point of onwards, and it possibly still stays, not possibly, it still stays, that the kind of bitterness between the two nations, and that's why it was called a two nation theory. That was the most horrible thing that could have happened to people of a united India that time, and that became East and West Pakistan and India. India accepted all the religions, whereas it became a Republic of India, whereas Pakistan became Islamic Republic of Pakistan. And this is important for people to know that sufferings have been a part of mankind's life. And as I have described in my book 2020 Planet Reborn, that means in the last century also we had suffered plague, we suffered Spanish flu, we suffered American Depression, we had Second World War, we also had partition of our own country, which we conveniently try to forget. But one must learn from history that yes, after all this, when the dust settles down, possibly life becomes normal. Thank you.